The beautiful thing about atheism is just the refusal to believe in something that's destructive or misguided or bad for the world. And some gods should be rejected. What I find so fascinating is how many people I know, or how many of my friends who are atheists, when we talk about the God that they don't believe in, I don't believe in that God either. And some people who, when you will ask them, so you're an atheist, tell me about the God you don't believe in, and they tell you about the image of God they were handed perhaps growing up, you think the only healthy response to that image of the divine would be atheism, rejection of that. So religion has done horrible things in the world. A lot of violence has been done in the name of God. And the atheist says, I refuse to participate in something that brings destruction and chaos to the world. Now, the really interesting thing to me is, what do you do with wonder, mystery, and awe? What do you do with all of the fascinating cosmology, quantum physics? What do you do with all of the fascinating things where we keep learning new things? Or human consciousness? Who is the me that stands in an observation of me? What does it mean to be a self? Where is personhood located? So I begin with, there are great mysteries. And the idea of a divine being who is somehow guiding the whole thing takes a leap. Of course it takes a leap. But what I find fascinating is none of us have slaves. And a generation ago we did. So a couple generations ago in America people did. So what is it about something that was a standard cultural practice that we now say that is wrong and unjust? Or you think about women's rights or the rights of our LGBT brothers and sisters. How many people do you know offer their children as sacrifice? None. And yet, that was a normative practice in the ancient world. So what is it about the human story? We've been here, 13.8 billion years? What is it about the human story that things that people used to consider normal, standard cultural practices, we now look back on and say how primitive, how barbaric, how wrong, how unjust, how violent? And so the moment we say that, look how far we've come, we all go, yeah, but we also have a long way to go. We also have care for the environment. We also have all sorts of things where we still have a long, long way to go. So when I affirm both movement from the past forward, but the need to keep going, what is that arc, like that trajectory? Why do we all have a sense that the whole thing is being pulled forward, not quickly enough? We probably would also agree. Where does that come from? Where does an expanding universe in which we keep moving forward in our understanding of what it means for human beings to live in proper relationship with each other, what do you call that? And that's the really interesting thing. I'm fine if somebody doesn't want to use the word God, because that word can be all loaded down, but you at least have to acknowledge something's going on here. And when somebody says nothing's happening here, we're all just a collection of our cells and synapses and biology, really? Really? I think there's something going on here.